Good evening, I'm Sean Green with the Cbc Sports World. Well, while the Barbadian women did a clean sweep of all categories, it was Wendell Setraperiro from Suriname who was the double winner at the 11th edition of the 2018 Darcy Beckles Classic last night at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. He was able to outpose all competitors in the Men's Open and the Men's Invitational sections to walk away with both titles. CBC's Akeem Klinkett reports on the men's action from last night.
It was show and tell in the LSC on Saturday as Lorenzo Louis put on a show for the fans. The 23-year-old junior bodybuilder showcased his poses with the pecs, biceps and triceps, thighs and calves to have the crowd in complete awe. He then joined the crowd, walking up and down through the center to give the fans the hands-on experience of engaging with a quote-unquote beast. The ladies especially loving what was on show. However, he was just a guest poser. We are about the competition, Darcy Beckles competition. We get on the road with the Men's Open Classic. Rolling in at third, St. George Prospero from St. Lucia. Good form from the St. Lucian, massive lats, which allowed him to look broader, solid form, a well-formed back, and was on point with the posing. Still, he had to settle for the bronze medal in this group. On to second, Rodney George of Antigua and Barbuda. Not the biggest in mass, but definition was in fine form. The biceps, triceps, abs and legs, he had it all, but still not enough to take the gold medal. But who would be better than both of these strong performances? Wendell Setraperiro of Suriname. Massive arms, boulders for shoulders, triceps and biceps begging the skin for room to flex. He came prepared, flexing and posing on point and showing the abs and legs for the ladies to go wild. He's the winner of the Open Classic. These three moving on to the Men's Invitational. On to the men's physique. A lot of contenders here worthy of taking home the top prize, but let's take a look at the top three. At 3 from Barbados, Jamil Jones. Splendid physique, broad shoulders, slim waist, the triangle figure the ladies love. Broad back, big chest, shoulders and arms. Good enough for the bronze. Collecting the silver, Brandon Francis out of Trinidad and Tobago. Packed upper body, chest massive, arms gigantic and defined, and the posing on point. The six-pack also defined. Could use it as a jockeying board if your washing machine is down. Good enough for the silver. But topping them all, the man of the night from Antigua and Barbuda, Anthony Nurse. Body fat percentages down, muscle content up, stacked in all muscle groups, abs you can't miss. Lats on point and leaving nothing to chance with the posing. He has the fans and the judges' votes. He's the men's physique champion. So we go on to the big boys now. 8 competitors lining up for this one for the coveted Darcy Beckles bodybuilding title. Collecting the bronze, Kerwin Clark of Guyana. Not the biggest in the competition, but had his strategy. Collecting the points in posing. Cool, calm and collected on the stage, and worked his poses to showcase his muscles the way they should be. The judges agreeing with the show and awards him the bronze medal. In the number 2 spot, Kerr Colleen of Barbados, sounding all warning calls to competitors, strong posing, firm muscles, traps defined, bis and tries in immaculate condition, but might have been let down in the midsection. Not as defined in the abs, but made up with the thighs. He takes home the silver. But on top of them all, taking the double on the night, Wendell Setraperiro dust them out with his posing, his muscles definition and his pizzazz. The man on the night, Mr. Darcy Beckles, cut in all the muscle groups, leaving all competitors in his rearview mirror. Number 1 again on the night. Akeem Klinkett, CBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Bajan ladies, they did well, winning all of their categories with Ramona Morgan, Anke Griffiths, Tricia Walters and Andrea Cumberbatch winning their categories, but we'll have that action for you tomorrow evening. While the West Indies finished their tour game against the BCCI President's 11 today in a draw. Chasing 361 for the win in 90 overs, the West Indies put in a solid batting performance to finish the day on 366 for 7. Sunil Ambrose was the top scorer with an innings of 114 not out. That included 17 fours and 5 sixes. Now, other reasonable scorers were wicketkeeper batsman Shane Dowich. He made 65. Opening batsman Craig Brathwaite, he got 52, and Kieran Pollard made 44. For the Indian Board President's 11, Avish Khan was the pick of the bowlers, taking 4 for 16. Meanwhile, the third T20 between the West Indies women and the South African women, well, that was abandoned without a ball being bowled this afternoon in Trinidad. On the local scene, leaders Sagicor UWI ended the 5th series of matches in the BCA Elite Division with a resounding 26-run victory over Spartan in Queen's Park. Scores there, UWI 127 for 8 and 130, Spartan 154 and 78. At Trent, Gladiola came, conquered and left, beating Home Improvement Hardware Supplies Maple by 36 runs. Scores there, Gladiola 131 and 171 for 7 declared, Maple 96 and 170. At Bank Hall, ICBL Empire 224 and 142 with Akeem Jordan getting a 5 for 38, Wildy 172 and 163 for 4 for the 6-wicket win. And in the day's drawn game, that was at Dow's Road, Alcinda Holders 100. That was the highlight of that match between Counterpoint Wanderers and Crane Resort St. Catherine. Scores at the venue, Wanderers 280 and 61 for 3, St. Catherine 320 for 8. Holder got 144. Well, night 9 of the Best in BIM Pool series belonged to the newly crowned BPDO 9-ball champion, Rennie the Assassin Hitlal. His first 2 opponents, Leroy Angry Bird Cave and Derek Lionheart Barrow, had few opportunities at the tables, both suffering 3-0 defeats. He then had to come from 2-0 down to beat Stephen Red Hot Barrow by a 3-2 margin before beating his defender's teammate and BPDO president Daniel Kung Fu Hines, winning 3 best of 5. Hitlal now has 6 points. Carl Gladiator Goddard is in second position on 58 points and Stephen Barrow in third on 53. The competition will continue next month. And staying with the topic of pool, meanwhile, a 3-man team will be leaving the island this week to compete in the Cub Singles 10 Invitational Pool Tournament in Curacao. The president of the local association, Daniel Hines, is one of the players.
For sure, I feel that right now in pool, there are good things to come, and a lot of people are getting back into practicing and getting to understand the fundamentals of the game. And for sure, we'll bring it home. There are a number of teams that would be involved. Trinidad, Jamaica, Curacao, St. Lucia, Aruba, Bonaire, and some others from around the region.
Well, one of his partners, Carl Goddard, has been to the tournament in the past and is hoping for a much better showing this time around.
Well, this is going to be the 3rd time I will be traveling to Curacao. And over the years I have traveled there, I have done fairly well, and I'm looking forward to continue doing so. Well, the first year we went, we came 3rd overall in the team. And then the second year didn't go so well. We came in the final 16 or so. But that was about 4 years ago, so we got a lot of things to pick up on.
And Rennie the Assassin Hitlal completes the 3-man team. The competition will run from October 5th to 7th.